from What a Room. What a place. What a place. Iowa. Do we love? You know, we had a big day today because a lot of polls came out. And the polls were really nothing short of tremendous. We had, and it just came, in New Hampshire, which is an amazing place with, like you, incredible people. They love the country, and they want to see our country be great again. That's what they want. They work hard. They love it. And we had 35%. And the second place was so far back we won't even talk about it, because I want to be nice tonight. I want to be nice. In South Carolina, we had 30%. And that was a tremendous poll, tremendous energy, tremendous money spent, 30%. Second place, again. We're going to be so nice. Should we be nice or not?
Yeah.
A little bit. So we had 30%, that's the Monmouth poll, big one. The Gravis National poll just came out, 40.1%, that's national, 40.1%. Here. And can we call for an immediate election, please, okay? Like in so many other countries. I want an immediate election, Ann, all right? Go out and buy her book, by the way. It's actually a very good book, and always it true. Now, very importantly for Iowa, anybody ever heard of the corn kernel? Everybody heard the corn kernel poll. We were at 36%, won very easily, and so we had 4 of them, and that came from the State Fair. And I'll tell you what, last week I came to the State Fair. I came well equipped in a helicopter, and we took the kids for rides. And those kids loved me. Those kids, and I love those kids. And we had an amazing time. In fact, my pilot said, "Is that enough, Mr. Trump, after going up and down like a yo-yo?" I said, "Nope, you got to keep doing it." So we had an amazing time. But, you know, having gotten to that vote, because I know it means a lot to the people here, and having gotten that vote is incredible. So here's what's happening. It's a little bit of a different situation, I think, maybe, than has happened before. A great journalist called me, somebody that I don't know, but somebody that I have great respect for, one of the major newspapers. And he said, "Could I ask you one question, Mr. Trump?" "What?" "How does it feel?" I said, "How does what feel?" He said, "This was the summer of Trump." Do you believe this? How good is that for my ego? He said, I mean, and he's really one of the, now the press is going to say, who is it, who is it, who is it? But one of the really top people. Not even necessarily a fan of mine, but I think he's becoming a fan rapidly. He said, "How does it feel?" So I said, "Why do you ask that question?" Because it doesn't feel, I mean, I gotta win. You know, it's one thing to have the summer of Trump. It doesn't mean anything unless we win both the nomination and we gotta beat Hillary or whoever's running. If you lose, like, what does it all matter? And he said, "It doesn't matter if you win or not. What you've done has never been done." You know, nobody's seen what's happened here. Nobody's really seen this with the polls and the enthusiasm and the press and the ratings. And you know why those cameras are all red lighted? Because of ratings. If I didn't get ratings, they wouldn't be here. They wouldn't be here. They don't care about anything. The only thing they care about is ratings. You know, when I did The Apprentice, which was a tremendous success, I was hosting Saturday Night Live. And Lord Michaels came up to me, and it was bedlam. It was bedlam. The show was #1. It was doing like crazy. And here I am hosting Saturday Night Live. My mother and father would have never believed this. And Lord Michaels comes up to me and said, "This is great." I said, "You know, Lord, it won't always be like this. Someday the ratings won't be good, and NBC will call me, and they'll say, 'I'm sorry, Mr. Trump, but the ratings are no good, we're going to cancel the show.'" And he looked at me and he said, I'll never forget it. He said, "No, there's one thing wrong. They won't even bother to call." It's true. They won't even bother to call. And, you know, The Apprentice was a tremendous hit. NBC renewed it. I may be like the only one, or one of certainly like, you can count them on your hand, that turned down a major renewal. In fact, Mark Burnett said, "You gotta be kidding. You gotta be kidding. You're turning down a major renewal." He called it a renewal. He said, "You're turning down a renewal." Nobody turns it down. And I turned down a renewal for many, many shows. And you see the kind of money they paid me. Remember, you had that certain anchor that said he doesn't believe it, blah, 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 and then he had to apologize. A lot of money. I turned down a lot of money. Because I told the heads of NBC, the head of Comcast, who's an amazing guy, great guy. We'll just call him Steve. But I want to tell you, he's a great guy. The head of NBC, the head of reality television, they came to my office like 5 months ago. They sat in my chairs, they said, "Donald, we've already renewed the Apprentice. We want you. We love you." They don't love me so much anymore, I have to be honest. And I said to them, "Fellas, I really want to run for president. I want to make America great again." It's very simple. Yeah. I want to make it.